Hi, my name is NERISON, and I'm a visual artist. I've been doing art for as long as I can really remember. I always loved to draw when I was little, and I loved to do it in high school, and now I'm getting a BFA in visual arts from the University of Texas at San Antonio. The work that I'm showing today is a lot of pen and ink drawing, a lot of cross-hatching, which is incredibly tedious. I sort of start with the general concept, so with my robot octopus, the idea of an octopus, and sometimes I'll add machinic parts in there just to sort of give it a slightly different twist, but I'm really inspired by like the Da Vinci-esque sketches of his inventions and that kind of stuff. So I sort of try to make it look as metallic as possible. I'll use pens, I'll use ink, I'll use coffee sometimes, I'll use some paint. And that's sort of how I get to each of my pieces. I think, like I was saying, the inspiration for my work kind of comes a lot from sort of schematics of machines, the way that they're sort of laid out with a lot of cross-sections of the machines that show like the components and how they work and show like the gears kind of spinning around. So that's sort of an influence. I'm also sort of influenced by a lot of contemporary art, Jeffrey Koons, Marcel Duchamp, that kind of stuff. So I think that my art also kind of has a whimsical quality to it that I sort of take from their strain of thinking. Each piece takes a really long time and usually has resulted in the casualty of 5 to 7 pens because I'm absolutely abusive to them. But every line, I had to draw and sometimes draw more lines on top of it, so it just takes a long time, and the process is something I think a lot of people don't really get from it, but I think sort of is the most important part of my work. I'm really interested in doing graphic design professionally, so a lot of the work I'm showing doesn't really speak to that as much. I'm really into digital stuff right now, and I'm trying to transition a little bit, but I think the sort of machine quality of making all those lines by hand and then getting a computer to do it is sort of something that carries over a little bit and something that I'd like to continue in my digital work, just the tedious sort of method behind it that creates something incredibly complex. I'm actually really excited by what I've sort of come to know of RAW thus far. I think it's really interesting that they show local artists. I think it's really cool that San Antonio doesn't get lumped with Austin. It's its own little thing and its own culture of visual artists or artists that are working in their niche of San Antonio. I think that it's a wonderful organization. It's really open, it's really accommodating. Right now, all of the information about my work and myself can be found on my personal website, which is www.behance.com/JordanYvette. I'm looking to expand that into my own domain name soon, but right now that's where I'm at. My name is NERISON, and I'm a RAW artist.